Eggs. So I decided that I am going live again, and so here I am. Okay, I got two people watching me. Great. Excuse me for a second. Had a pizza. Had some food stuck in my teeth. Mm. I'm just eating some. I'm just eating some ham and cheese hot pockets. I just don't. It's something. There's something else I felt like eating today, so I don't know why. Yeah. If you're watching and you definitely hear something in the background that sounds a little bit like a certain recent Hall of Fame inductees wrestling theme, it's because I'm watching. It's because I'm watching this. I recently got it. I got it for Christmas during Christmas, and I have loved it ever since. At first, I actually wasn't quite sure what it was, but it actually turns out it's not like a documentary of sorts, like I've got with like Batista's documentary DVD. It's it's kind of the same because just just happens to have some of Drew McIntyre's best matches, and the, the first match, is his Intercontinental Championship match. Is the first match on this DVD happens to be the Intercontinental Championship match. We had 2009 TLC against John Morrison. And then this match I'm watching right now is his match against the Undertaker. It was interesting. This was when they had that theme song that everybody seems to want back now, like Broken Dreams. For some reason, they want that back. Wrestling fans want that theme back. I don't know if I like it. After that, you got his NXT Takeover match with Robert Roode for the NXT Championship. Then his match against Kurt Angle on Raw, which was Angle's first match on Raw in 12 years. Hard to believe he's that old. And then there's and I am so happy because this DVD has an actual Royal Rumble match in its entirety, like a full Royal Rumble match. The 2020 Men's Royal Rumble match where Drew McIntyre won. It actually has the full Rumble on here. That Royal Rumble match, it's entirely from start to finish, and that's kind of cool because I like the Royal Rumble matches. And then I think what's next is the next match after that is the match at WrestleMania between him and Brock that year, and then there's the match, and then after that, it's got Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship, and then his match, and then his match at, and then his match And then the last match on here on this DVD is his match from last year's Royal Rumble against Goldberg. So I am very excited. I've watched this now maybe 3 times now. And I'm still excited about it. Yeah, that's. Hey, Vince. Hey, Vince. Okay. Okay, I've got something to say, and I know Vince will probably. I don't know if he'll take offense to this, but I just like to say that WWE has really dug itself into a hole when it comes to Roman Reigns' championship reign. Because I'm not gonna lie, Roman Reigns has been pretty dominant, but it seems like every time Roman Reigns wins a match at a pay-per-view, every time Roman Reigns retains his championship at a pay-per-view event, I want to say, well, of course, but geez, there's only so long. There's only 2 guys left. There's really only 3 guys left that can challenge Roman Reigns for the title and potentially take it off him. And I'm going to say 4. I am going to include Shane. That's Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Cody Rhodes. And just because he is a former world champion, a former 2-time world champion, or how many times he won the world title, I'm also including Sheamus in that category, just because he is a former world champion. And because of that, you can't. I guess you just can't. Forget about him. But he is currently in a feud with the New Day, which is getting kind of old, because how many matches have Sheamus and his crew had against the New Day now? 5 or 6, not counting WrestleMania. And their squash match at WrestleMania, and I'm just gonna say it. That series, I think, has run its course. I think I'm not gonna lie. I may hate them right now. They may be healed right now, but what I actually wouldn't mind seeing is after WrestleMania match, there will be one set of 10 champions, whoever they are, new RK Bro or the Usos. I actually would not mind seeing Rich Holland and Butch go after the tag titles, and then have Sheamus go after the unified title. That's something that I would do, because with the way they're being booked right now, those 3 are being booked right now, you could say they have a legit shot. They would have a legit shot. All 3 of them. Hey, Austin. Hey, Austin. I'm just. I mean, I really, really hope. I really hope that WWE does not decide to let Roman Reigns carry the WWE Unified title for a whole nother calendar year, because I don't think that's what we need. I just don't think that's what we need. I just don't think that's what we need is another year of Roman Reigns being champion, squashing everybody until there's literally nobody left. Until there's literally nobody left. I mean that's just my opinion, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that would agree with me. I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with me that another year, as with Roman Reigns as as undisputed champion, just I don't know. I just don't understand because I mean, who's gonna? I mean, who? I mean, who is gonna defeat Roman Reigns? Who is gonna defeat Roman Reigns? Like, Drew is probably the only person who actually legitimately has a shot because because I mean Cody Rhodes said that he was gonna win the WWE Championship for his dad, which is getting me thinking like why would they have him? Why would he say that? Why would he say that on TV unless WWE didn't have a plan for him to actually do that? Yes, badass, and yes, please get Drew mad. Yes, I am so tired of Drew. Like the way he talks about Roman Reigns so much. He talks about Roman Reigns so freaking much. It's like they're actually dating. I'm sorry, but that's the way I see it. Okay, he talks about Roman Reigns way too much. I know, I know, I know. Yes, he would. Yes, yes, badass Steph. It's just I don't know why. One of the things that I'm really worried about is that they're gonna have. Um, Also, what you're saying is that that all of his title reigns, all of his title reigns, including this current one, have been for 1,000 days plus. That's not bad. I mean, I think it's and this is something that's interesting too. This is something that I think is interesting too. Is that WWE? I think twice now. I think twice now. WWE has called Roman Reigns' title reign one of the longest and one of the best, the longest. I can't remember if they've called it one of the best or if not the best title reign in WWE's modern era, which actually isn't true because, and I don't know if this has anything to do with WWE not wanting to acknowledge NXT anymore when it comes to title reigns, because I know at one point WWE did acknowledge Charlotte Flair NXT title reigns and added acknowledged them along with her other main roster title reigns, but and I just and so but now they don't seem as interested in because I know at one point they stopped acknowledging her two NXT title reigns along with her because I think at one point she was like a 13-time champion or 14-time champion and then all of a sudden and then like oh dang oops I think it's because can you hear me now? The volume was turned off on the computer, so that might have been the reason. Can you hear me now? I had the volume turned off, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying I know for a fact Charlotte Flair at one point was touted as like a 13 or 14 time champion. And that was, I think, when WWE still acknowledged her 2 NXT title reigns, but I don't think they haven't done that anymore. But then they get, but then I guess they stopped acknowledging that her 2 title reigns. And they don't put those. So I'm just wondering if WWE just isn't acknowledging that Walter's reign as NXT UK champion for 870 days, because I don't know why, but that is the longest reign as champion in WWE's current modern era. But I'm just not sure why WWE doesn't want to acknowledge that. Maybe because it's NXT UK and not the NXT and not the main roster. And not the main roster, because I mean, this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that Roman Reigns that's gonna bulldoze through everybody on the main roster that even has a shot, like Bobby Lashley, like Drew McIntyre, like Roman Reigns. Like like Bobby Lashley, like Cody Rhodes, like Drew McIntyre. I mean, I'm just afraid that Roman Reigns is gonna beat all 3 of those guys, and then by the time we get Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 39, and that's even a big if. There's no way, there's no guarantee that The Rock is gonna be able to be at WrestleMania 39 because of his hectic schedule. Apparently, that was one of the reasons why he couldn't be at TNT last year, because the show was basically all about him. It's basically all about him and his 25 years in the company. And they even teased a bunch of times on television that The Rock might show up because it's all about him. But apparently, he was in China promoting one of his. Can't remember what it was. He was promoting. He was promoting the new movie Red Notice, which actually made sense. Actually, there was talk that Roman Reigns versus Rock might have happened at this year's WrestleMania, but I don't know what caused that to change. And also, this is something that I have a problem with too. When you say, if you're gonna tout a WrestleMania main event as the greatest WrestleMania event, the greatest WrestleMania main event in history, then why did it play out is that such? That was not the greatest WrestleMania main event in WrestleMania history. I'm sorry, but no. It's not. Sorry, but the way Roman Reigns won the match again, yeah, just like Moxley does. Yeah, just like Moxley does on his WWE 2K22 when they replays it. I've seen it. Yeah, that's my problem. Roman Reigns is gonna wind up beating everybody. There's nobody. To be honest, Sonny belongs in jail. The problem is, I don't even know what the story is. I don't know what the story is with her, but just put her in jail. I don't care. I don't know the story. I don't need to know the story. Just do it. Because WWE does not need that on it. Does not need that hanging over its head. That someone who deserves to go to jail, who is a former WWE superstar, hasn't yet because of what? Who knows what knows? But yes, the WrestleMania main event from last year was not the greatest. Okay, if anything, if anything, Sean, if anything, it was worse than their main event from 4 years ago in WrestleMania 34. And yes, I just said it. A lot of people said that Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar WrestleMania 34 was the worst main event ever. Well, I'm sorry, but WrestleMania 38, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in the main event, that was worse. Carlito, I don't hope Rory is okay. Okay, I am almost more than certain that his son on Wednesday, when he said he had to go to the hospital, was just for attention, because he is such a prick. He is a putz. Okay, like, I mean, if Rory doesn't like, oh, we have to say to him, he can just not come on the match stream anymore. That's just. I'm sorry, but Rory can just. Actually, yeah, Vince. I'm sorry, but what I want to say when it comes to Roman Reigns, there's just so much to talk about. I don't know. There's two Vinces on here. There's two Vinces on here. There's two Vinces on here. What do we do now? It's okay. I'm kind of new to this anyways, so I'm kind of new to this anyways. Yeah, yeah. The WrestleMania main event from 38 was not the greatest. Not by a long shot. If you're gonna say it was, if you're gonna say it's the main event, the WrestleMania, a main event of WrestleMania is the greatest. Yeah, they actually at the hiccups. I just, yeah. What I have to say about Roman Reigns' time is that right now, the three guys that are beating, and I'm just worried that Roman Reigns is going to beat at some point. And then, okay, it just dawned on me. It just dawned and I realized that could present a problem for Survivor Series. Is that what if Roman Reigns still unified champion come Survivor Series? Because Survivor Series, it's supposed to be champion versus champion, and with all of these unification titles, and with all these unification matches, does it mean that Survivor Series will stop being what it is, which is about just title, about champion versus champion? Because I know for a while, I know for like for a long time, that's not what it was about. Actually, it was just about. I mean, the only thing about Survivor Series that has remained constant is the tag team elimination match. That's always there. It's team elimination match. That's always been a part of Survivor Series. But what hasn't really been a part of Survivor Series, what has always happened is the fact that it was like brand versus. But Survivor Series wasn't always brand versus brand. So I'm just wondering if this year's Survivor Series will just be just a whole bunch of just title matches because of all these unification title matches. I hope Roman Reigns loses at some point. He has to. he has to lose at some point, because if he doesn't, if if you just book Roman Reigns to beat everybody, and I mean, and I mean even after you, even after you make him lose to Cody, Bobby, Drew, or any other main eventers you can pluck from NXT 2.0. Hell, I'll even take Edge, possibly beating Roman Reigns, because this new heel version of Edge could potentially be him. And I know I've talked about this before, so but something tells me WWE will not go down that line. Yeah, I'm sure at some point WWE will find some mid card talent for Roman. I don't know. Let's say Matt Moss. Let's pit Matt Moss against Roman Reigns. Let's pit Baron Corbin against Roman Reigns. I mean, they feuded before. That's good. That's, oh yeah, Walter. I almost forgot about him. I'd like to see him. I mean, I mean, when it comes to Walter, I wouldn't even be mad if he loses a match against Roman Reigns. I just would love to see those two get into a match, even if it's not even for a title, even if it's just a random match on SmackDown. I'd love to see that. I mean, I'm just worried that even after Roman Reigns gets those three guys, there's not going to be anybody left for Roman to feud with, and WWE's is going to have to start picking guys from the back of the locker room or in the mid card, like Madcap Moss, and Baron Corbin. I mean, Happy Corbin. It's no longer Baron Corbin or King Corbin. It's just Happy. Let's see. There's let's say Los Lotharios, Angel Garza, or Humberto Carrillo. Like, why not? Why not? Because why not? Because I don't know. Because Roman Reigns is beating everybody else, and they don't have any more credible challengers. So we just decided that. Yeah, and look, Xavier Woods. They've had a match already. Kofi Kingston. He's a former WWE champion, but that's not gonna happen. I mean, are we really gonna? Okay, I'm loving this, but I'm just wish that there was more people on here for just these two people. Yeah. Now I do have a thing or two to say about Edge's new heel faction, which I know WWE will probably not do this. Will probably not do this, but let's see. Obviously, Rhea Ripley is joining Edge's faction. I think a heel turn from this past Monday night on Live almost disproves it. Disproves all the rumors right. She is joining Edge's faction because it basically. I mean, Vince better not. Vince better not ruin that Edge's faction, because it's basically just like a better, more badass version of the Brood or Ministry of Darkness, which is. And I thought that was pretty interesting. Edge's promo last week, this past Monday night, he mentioned the Brood and the Ministry of Darkness, which I thought was pretty cool because he was a member of both. Well, I knew he was a member of the Brood, but I never knew he was a member of the Ministry of Darkness. Okay, that's not even true. Because, why get rid of Drew McIntyre? He's basically your top babyface on SmackDown. Oh my gosh, I do remember that. I do remember that. That one segment, that segment on Raw when that that's no Vince. I think she is referring to that segment on Raw when the Undertaker tried to marry her in a black wedding ceremony. Like she was on the cross in the middle. I think he was trying to, and Stone Cold came out and said it was interesting. And said Stone Cold sometimes feud with the McMahons. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. Like one of the craziest segments on Raw. Oh yeah, that was funny, Vince. That was funny, Vince. The Battle of the Billionaires match. Yeah, that was weird. Well, yeah. I know a lot of people were laughing at the time. I know a lot of people were laughing at the time. Of course, Donald Trump won. It's like it's Donald Trump. Like, sheesh. It's like it's someone's behind. Nah, actually, Vince, you had a lot of people kissing your behind because of the infamous Vince McMahon kiss my you know what love. Yes, I would. I would. The stink face. The stink face. The kiss my you know what love. I know even at one point Jim Ross had to do that. Had to do that and oh god. Oh gosh. Oh please, you're happy. You're happy now. There's no way you'd ever go back to that. Go back to that. Yeah, yeah, you're excited by Austin more than a couple of times, including this year at WrestleMania. And I'm not gonna lie, that Stone Cold Stunner so by Vince this year at WrestleMania was it was terrible. It was completely terrible. But then again, it's probably was more than just because of just the fact that Vince and Austin are getting old as hell, and yeah, I know that Stone Cold Stunner like Stunner so was the worst, but that was mainly, I guess, mainly because they're just too old to be doing that again, to be doing that still. So, well, I know Vince. I know Theory is Vince's new like golden boy, like his new pet, like his new pet. The famous, he's like a Vince's new pet, and I actually just recently thought of something that made sense to me, and that this storyline between Vince McMahon and Austin Theory, it's, and I know from experience, and from watching wrestling news videos on YouTube, and just from generally knowing, and just from knowing WWE for now a few years now, I've figured I've realized that WWE likes to reuse old storylines. WWE WWE likes to reuse old storylines, and this storyline between Vince and Austin Theory, it actually reminds me a lot of Drew McIntyre's first run in the WWE when he first came up to the main roster on SmackDown, and he was Vince McMahon's chosen one. Vince McMahon's chosen one. It's very similar because here you got Vince McMahon who happens to be finds himself a superstar that he deems to be a champion of the future. He eventually does win a championship, the Intercontinental Championship. I don't care about that. I mean, I mean, this storyline between Austin Theory, Vince and Austin Theory, it's just reminding me a lot of, Vince and Austin Theory. It's reminding me a lot of Vince and Drew. When Vince tagged him to be the chosen one to be a future champion. That's exactly what it. That's exactly kind of what Vince McMahon is doing now. Who's my favorite jobber wrestler? Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn. Sami. I'm sorry, but we all know. We all know. We all know Sami is afraid of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn said all at once that every time he runs away from Drew McIntyre, it's not because he's scared. It's just it's strategy. It's strategy. It's me being indifferent or me standing up to the masses of WWE. Like, yeah, like we don't know what your problem is. Your problem is is that whenever you see that you're not getting a fair fight, you just get the heck out of Dodge before you can lose. I'm sorry, but this is just yeah. Oh God, no! I can't. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. No, I don't see that ever happening ever again. I don't see WWE ever going back. I don't think WWE will ever go back to the quote attitude era or the ruthless aggression era, but least at least NXT 2.0 is going that way a little bit in that direction, just because of the way that they, just because of the way, just because of the way they, because I mean a lot of people, some wrestlers on NXT television have cursed. I've heard it watching the videos on YouTube. I've seen her, and so I think Doom NXT 2.0 definitely seems to be getting somewhat into that realm, but not like going full on Attitude Era, but just taking certain aspects of the Attitude Era and bringing it over to NXT. Yeah. Actually, I'm not. And this, what I'm just gonna say something, and yeah, it's actually nothing to do with WWE, but I actually there's the uh, that's what Charlotte says. That's what Charlotte says, and we saw what actually happened. Okay, Charlotte said she was, doing what, but we know what happened because we saw it. Okay, just because Charlotte doesn't want to admit it doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm sorry, that's my look at it. No, I do not think people want to see Roman versus Brock again. I don't think anybody wants to see Roman versus Brock again. I don't even care if you. I don't even care if you wait a couple of months and then have them face each other again. I don't think anybody wants that because we've seen. Like, I don't know. Yeah, because that's sailed. That ship, I think, has sailed. Really? WWE, you guys have already booked that. That match is already booked. Ronda versus Charlotte at WrestleMania Backlash will be an I Quit match. It's an I Quit match. I don't think that's gonna work because that was Attitude Era, and I'm sure if you did that type of match in a PG era WWE, that would not go over well with investors. I'm just saying. I mean, one of the reasons why WWE, if not the only reason, WWE PG was because of who killed his family and then killed himself. He just happened to be a WWE superstar. Happened in the 2004 Royal Rumble to win the main event of that match of that WrestleMania, and nobody wants to talk about him anymore. Oh, sorry. That was a that was a funny match. It was a funny match. We'll see. We'll see. Hornswoggle versus El Torito. Whoa! All of a sudden, I've got 7 people watching. Damn, where did that come from? Like, I had like 3 at one. I had like 3 at one point. At the most, I had like 3 watching. Now I have like 6, 7 people watching. I'm thinking maybe I've got people watching, but they're not like in the chat. But they're not typing in the chat. They're just watching me. I don't know. I know as of right now, I've got like 3 people commenting in the chat. I asked Steph and Vince McMahon. But at this point, well, I think when it gets to the 50-minute mark, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop this. I've been doing this now for 44 minutes. I can't believe it's been that long since I've been doing this. I wanna definitely. Yeah. Actually, if you think about it, I know, I was watching a WrestleMania video recently, and it was talking about the possibility of like a joining the WWE, and they were actually talking about how Joey Gacy's gimmick right now seems almost similar to Fiend to Bray Wyatt, where he's got this like one like this sort of side of him where he's like cool, calm, and collected, and then this other side where he just seems like a homicidal maniac. But oh come on, what is no? Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna hide any. I'm not gonna hide anybody from here. Um, I don't care that much. I don't care that much. I don't care that much. But yeah, I minutes. I'm gonna. I think at 15 minutes, I'm just gonna go off because I think I've talked as much as I want. Or at the very least, I think I've just. I think I've talked about as much as I want to. Anything to. Ugh, yuck. I will tell you this right. I don't. I don't think you could pay me money to wrestle in WWE. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't think I could. Well, that's just that you got the only three people that are here typing in the chat. Yeah, that didn't make sense. That did not make sense at WrestleMania. The Miz turning on Logan Paul. Supposedly they're friends, and yet he turns on him. Maybe because he felt Logan Paul was. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. Maybe Miz thought Logan Paul did better than him at WrestleMania in that match, and then they decided, and then he decided, I'm not. Maybe decided, okay, Logan Paul actually performed better than me in this tag team match. I don't like that, so I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna, yeah. And I thought that was very interesting. Logan Paul's interview after the match. Logan Paul entering the match after the match. Logan Paul was a was his interview after the match where he dropped the F bomb I think twice. That was interesting. That was interesting. No, no, I don't want you to. No, don't fire Corey Graves. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Corey Graves. I think he's totally biased. I think he's totally biased. I think he's a total biased commentator. But I am not gonna lie, he knows his stuff. Being a former wrestler himself, which gets me thinking: will Corey Graves ever, will Corey Graves ever wrestle again in WWE? Because I feel like, because I know in December, Corey Graves was said to be cleared for all in-ring competition. Yeah, I know Jerry Lawler's also a former wrestler. That. No, that is Vince. No, I'm not wrestling Roman. I would lose in seconds. I would literally just fall into a cover and just say, pin me, Roman, pin me, Roman. I am all yours. I'm not in you. No, no, I wouldn't even let Roman just fall on the mat and just let him pin me right there and have the match end in seconds. I know this is YouTube. I know this is YouTube. I know you guys aren't exactly real, but still. It's not going to happen. You couldn't pay me enough money to fight Roman, to wrestle at all. Well, hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's 50 minutes, so I just like to thank you three, you three for being here, and then for all the others that were here. Dole 674, no, I would not taunt Mike Tyson on an airplane. Whoever did that, whoever that guy was out of his mind. Like, why are you gonna do that? Why would you taunt Mike Tyson on a plane? Of course you know he's gonna punch you in the face. Or worse, he'll bite your ear off. He did that. He did bite someone. That was a thing. It happened. Mike Tyson bit someone's ear off. It is a true. It actually happened. So I would not want to taunt Mike Tyson ever. And so, yes, I would love to face Dro because I know that match would be just super entertaining. I would love to face Dro because I'd love to beat the hell out of him. Well, in any ways, I would like to thank all of you guys for coming on today, even if it was only just 3 of you guys. I was hoping that it would be more than just 3 people commenting in the chat, but I guess it's just one of those days where just someone. No, I don't want to go to 1 hour. I could, but I just. Oh no, not 7 hours. I can't go 7 hours on this. 7 hours of this. You were on Moxley's stream last night, Badass Vince. He went for 9 hours. Moxley went for 9 hours last night, Vince. You were on Badass Vince. You were on that stream, I think, once or twice. Well, the last couple of times I've done this, I've spent at least 40 to 50 minutes on live streams. At least 40 to 50 minutes. That's my limit, at least, because I feel like the only thing I can really talk about with any of you guys, at least some of the people that come in here that I know, is wrestling, and then not much else, Ugh, yuck. I'm not facing Reigns. I would love to face Dro because I would beat the hell out of him, and I'd kick his face through the mat. Like, I'd love to do that. But I'm not facing Roman Reigns. No. Brock Lesnar. Vince McMahon, I would love for Brock Lesnar to be that partner. Brock Lesnar. just to see the look on Roman's face. Either that or Seth Rollins. He's another guy that Roman Reigns doesn't seem to like. Well, okay, now I am going to go. Now I'm officially ending the stream. So I'm just going to. So I'm going to. I can't stay on here forever. Vince. I can't stay on here forever, Badass Vince. And 55 minutes is a long time. For me. So I'm I'm gonna end the stream here. I don't know. Wednesday I might go. Wednesday I might go for a live stream. I'm not sure. Well, now there's at least 4 people commenting in the chat, so I might go stream on Wednesday. But I'm not sure who else will be there. Who will be there? I know who will be there, but I just want to say I want to thank everybody for coming. I will thank everybody for coming. I'll probably see you guys on Wednesday. I don't know if I am gonna go. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stream on Wednesday, but I might not. But I might. But I'm just gonna. But if I do, I'm gonna. You'll know. You'll know where you can find me. Right here. So, bye guys. This is Michael Harper signing out. That was a long time. Almost 57 minutes. That's all. A long time. I'm just going to go to 57.